So what are 3 things to do if you have an overpriced listing in real estate? Hey, this is Dave Hooke over at the Dave Hooke Real Estate Team, Keller Williams of Central PA. And I want to answer this question because every once in a while we do come across, even in this market, an overpriced listing or a listing where we can't sell it. We're having trouble selling it. And it starts to feel a little awkward or tense when we're in communication with our home seller, our client. And so there's 3 things essentially that we're going to focus on, 3 steps to do if we have an overpriced listing. Step 1 starts in the beginning of the first conversation, and that's by setting expectations. We always want to set the expectations that the listing may not sell immediately. If it doesn't, there's a process that we're going to go through to evaluate next steps, which ultimately includes price reductions. Here's the timing on that, and here's when they can expect to go through that price reduction sequence. Step number 2 is to communicate weekly with every one of our listing clients to secure the trust relationship. I always say the most important 5-letter word in real estate is trust. And so we need to communicate on a weekly basis so that they have confidence in our credibility and our effectiveness as a real estate agent. When we lose their confidence, we lose their trust. And there's nothing worse than losing their trust. So if we have that, we've set expectations, then we can move on to step 3. We're just doing what we said we would do in the beginning, which was after 4 to 6 weeks, if it hasn't sold, we're going to have a conversation about the price reduction so that we can get the property sold for them. And that conversation comes in the form of educating them. Step 3 is all about educating them about the 3 reasons that a property won't sell if it's been on the market too long. And there are 3 buckets or categories that we can point to. Step number 1 is the marketing. That's our job as a broker, I tell our clients. And if we have a problem with our marketing or there's another broker out there that's doing a better job, then we need to level up our service, and that's on us. But if we look at all of our marketing in the conference room and there's nothing else we can do, we can move on to issue number 2, which is condition. If the property is in really bad condition, that could be an issue for the seller. We can work with them to consult with them to improve the condition, and if we have effective marketing and top-notch condition, it's more likely the property is going to sell. But if we've evaluated that and the seller's not willing to change the condition and or it's not cost-effective solution to change the condition, then we can move on to option 3, which is the P word, price. So if we've maximized the marketing, there's no cost-effective solution to change the condition, then we can move on to the only option left, which will influence the saleability of that property, which is reducing the price. So by educating, by process of elimination, we've landed on that one solution. And I'm sure that if you set expectations for the timing of that conversation at the outset of the relationship, and you've kept the trust in the relationship by communicating and touching in with them every single week about the work you're doing to sell their property, and 3, you've educated them on the 3 things that can affect the saleability of the property, they will land and own that price reduction for themselves because it's the best decision to get them to their goals. I hope this was really helpful for somebody out there to help with that really awkward conversation sometimes. If you want the exact dialogues that we've used for over a decade to have those conversations with the sellers, including the weekly touch-in conversation, private message me and we'll give you all those dialogues. Have a great conversation, and I hope to talk to you real soon.